June 11th, 1996 was the day I was born. Today, June 11th, 2025, I've been on YouTube for 9 years. And October 14th, 2025, I will officially make 10 years on YouTube. Now, honestly, I thought I would have been monetized by now, but we're not there yet. And it's those watch hours that are holding me back, and I honestly know why. It's because of consistency. Now, I definitely did tell myself, I told myself in the beginning part of this year, 2025, I would be consistent. And I started out being consistent. Every 5 days, I was uploading a new video, but then things just, life started happening. And I think for the most part, we know what that means. Bills became very consistent. I mean, they were already consistent, but they became overwhelming to a certain degree. My mental health was up and down. Other financial things started happening. But life won't always be perfect. And the thing is, I understand that. I want you guys to also understand the same thing. Life is not going to be perfect. It won't always be perfect. There are going to be times where we mess up, times where we fall short, but we got to get back up again. We fall 7 times, but we got to get back up 7 times. Every single time we fall, we got to get back up. Now, I've been watching a lot of really big creators. For example, Kai Cenat. I've been watching him a whole lot recently. Mr. Beast, I Show Speed, DDG, India Love. I've been watching a whole lot of these creators recently, and a lot of what they have been referring to has been consistency. Being consistent in your content creation, and that is what's going to get you there. And honestly, being consistent in anything is what's going to get you to that point that we're all trying to get to as content creators. We can't think, especially looking at the consistency that Kai Cenat does his streams, or the consistency that DDG is streaming, or the consistency, if you know Oslia Williams, her consistency. If you know Lexi V, her consistency. If you know Ryan Trahan, his consistency. Is the consistency, and these people, I want to say they already made it. They're already there. And they're already being consistent. That means us who are smaller creators, we have to be even more consistent. Like, there's even more pressure or value of us being consistent. Now, I can definitely say my career so far on YouTube has been amazing. It's been thrilling. The amount of people that I've met, the different things, the themes, the types of content that I've made. I really am happy with how they turned out. YouTube content and YouTube creation, video creation in general, it definitely has opened me up to meeting a whole lot of new people. It has opened me up to different skills that I've learned, whether it's talking on camera or acting or directing, different things like that. How to get shots, what kind of shots you want to get. It definitely has been positive. So regardless of the fact that I have not yet been monetized, there's so much positive that has already come from being on YouTube. I do want to say, even with that, there is a certain level that I feel like I wanted to get to. And in anything that you're doing, there's a certain level that you want to be at. There's an aspiration that you have in anything that you do. You don't want to just stay the same. My level, or the place that I wanted to get, was being monetized. And it's been, don't get emotional. Are you crazy? What is going on here? Reel it in. Pack it up. It's been 9 years of content creation, like I said, and I feel as though, what is going on? Yo, chill out, bro. It's been 9 years. Push it. Let's go. It's been 9 years that I've been on YouTube. And I feel like my shift is going to start changing if by, a certain time period or a certain period in my life, I'm not where I want to be. So there's going to be a shift. I feel it. Oh, I will not get emotional. I will not get any more emotional. Oh, no. Dang. Yeah. So as I was saying, after 9 years on YouTube, I should have been monetized if I was consistent. So I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to give myself one more push, one more year. From today, June 11th, 2025 to June 11th, 2026. I'm going to be 30 on that day. And if I'm not monetized by then, yeah, the YouTube career would officially be over. You know what? I'll make a video to myself right now. Hey, man, this is your June 11th, 2025 self speaking to your June 11th, 2026 self. Whew, I'm back, y'all. That was a very emotional future video to myself. Wow, I did not think it would get there, but we're going to jump right back into it. Like I was saying, 365 days left. We're going to do everything that we can to get monetized by June 11th, 2026. Here's the last push. Let's go. Now, I kind of want to talk to you guys about how we made it this far and why we're here now. The reason I started a YouTube channel, I always saw my brother. My brother is like a year and a half older than me, but he was 2 years grade-wise older than me, or he was 2 years grade-wise older than me. So he was exposed to more things than I was at the age that I was at versus the age that he was at. So he was exposed to YouTube earlier than I was. And when he got his laptop, he was always on like YouTube and stuff. I had like a house computer that everyone in the house could use. He had a laptop. And, you know, I would see him with his laptop being on YouTube and stuff. I was like, oh, YouTube is pretty cool. Let me look into it. Let me see what it's about. So at that point, I created a channel, a YouTube channel. Well, no, I created a YouTube account. Using that YouTube account, I was able to watch videos. And a lot of those videos that I learned from him was how it's made. Like videos from how it's made were like, those were the majority of the videos that he watched. That's where I first got introduced to YouTube. That's how. But when it comes to making YouTube videos, my first ever YouTube video, what was my first ever? The first time I ever posted on YouTube, it was not necessarily, let me just explain how it happened. I was in a marching band. I was in the New York City marching band during, I think, high school. And it was just a coincidence that year, my first year in the marching band, the Giants won the Super Bowl. So the Giants were coming home to do a parade, and our marching band got invited to do that parade. So that was pretty cool. So my mom, obviously, was there. She was out there cheering us on. She was out there taking pictures. So the recap from the pictures, the photography, and it's kind of funny because my mom was just out there taking pictures, being mom. So she was out there taking pictures of everything, taking pictures of me, taking pictures of my team, my fellow team members. She was taking pictures, and there was a float ahead of us and a float behind us. I think ahead of us was Eli Manning, and behind us was the defensive line. So she's just taking pictures. And toward the end of the parade, the defensive line came down and started walking with us. And she was just taking pictures. She didn't know who she was taking pictures, but in that video, you see players from the defensive line just walking, and she's just up in their face taking pictures. That recap was my first video, unintentional. It was not like planned or anything. It was just like, oh, let's take pictures. Well, she was like, let's take pictures. I was like, okay, let's make a collage. And I got over 1,000 views on that. The next video was more like a vlog. It was of me. Well, my church did this thing where every year we put up a tent in the park to kind of like reach the community. So, you know, that's when I was kind of like in the iCarly zone, you know, vlogging, videos, stuff like that. So I just be bored, take out the video camera and just start recording. So that was the second video. My next video was, I was on a train one day and people were dancing. So I took out the phone and just started recording that. My first year ever playing baseball, ever. I got a mentor, and my mentor said, do these training videos, do these training workouts, and record them, send them to me, and you'll make the team. I did that for about 2 months. I made the team. So shout out to Josh and John, and Pastor. After all those videos of just having a channel, I actually posted my first video. That was my first ever vlog. It wasn't even a vlog. I don't know what I was doing. It was my first ever talking head video, which I know now the difference. See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, just your experience and your years on YouTube will just teach you things that you didn't know in the beginning. But this was not a vlog. This was a talking head video. And I think I was just chatting, honestly. It got 11 likes, 140 views. And it's private now. I don't know when I put it on private, but it's private now. So when I was initially starting out my YouTube career, it was just me recording videos because I really liked iCarly. I really wanted I guess I was a loner. I don't know. I really wanted that interaction, but the unseen in-person interaction. Like I would talk to you guys and then you guys could respond and I could respond about what you responded and just continue that kind of interaction back and forth. I could meet people from all over the world, like Rossi Bloss. I'm looking at your comment right here and it's like, yo, who are you? I don't know who you are, but it's cool that I remember you from so long ago. And it's stuff like that that's like really meaningful to me. So at the time, it was just make videos and have fun. I definitely had fun making those videos. Like I said, being monetized was a big part of it because who doesn't want to be monetized? And at the time, I don't remember what the old requirements were. Let me look it up so I'm not saying the wrong thing. Okay, so based on a very quick research that I did, it was 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. Now it's 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So yeah, monetization it wasn't huge, but it was a big part of it. Being able to have YouTube as my sole source of income, that was like, yo, I could do this. That's dope. So in that sense, I definitely did want it. With school, it was a little bit difficult to be as consistent as I wanted to because, you know, school comes first. No matter what, your education comes first. Your career comes first. Whatever, you know, makes you money at that time comes first because that allows you to fund everything else. And I really never, and this could be a reason that I didn't get monetized because I never really wanted to niche down on a specific niche or theme. A lot of times you hear to niche down because it gets you that core group of people and you build with them and then you could break the niche. But I really never wanted to niche down because, again, it allowed me to do all the different kinds of videos that I wanted to do. And just seeing those videos, looking back and seeing those videos, the different types, the people that I met, you know, everything like that. I think if I were to do it again, I would do the same thing. I would do the same thing because of the experience, I think, is a little bit more valuable to me. You know, like I said, being in the YouTube world, there's a whole lot that you, like I said before, that you learn when it comes to, you know, editing, learning how to edit. You could take that and apply it to a career. You can become a video editor, making thumbnails. You could become a thumbnail editor, taking pictures for the thumbnails. You could become a photographer, a graphic designer, all these things that you get to learn from this one hobby. At the same time, it's something that you have to get in the habit of managing, especially when you have school, when you have to go to work and your work hours aren't consistent or your work schedule isn't consistent. You know, you have a whole lot of other stuff that you need to focus on. So it definitely helps with time management. If it's something that you like, you see the end goal and you want to get to that end goal, it definitely helps with your time management because you have to do well in school. You have to keep your job, but you also have to be serious about YouTube and content creation. And then even when you are serious, there are times where you don't get the views that you want. You don't get the watch hours that you want. And even in those moments, it's like, yo, oh my gosh, I want to quit. Or, oh my gosh, I want to stop because it's not working out in the way that I want to. But in that moment, it's like, if you stop now, what happens? In that year's time, the watch hours go down because there's a time period where you didn't post anything. So you're not getting watch hours from that time period, but the time keeps going. The clock keeps ticking. So you still got to be able to motivate yourself. And this is a tip for viewers that want to start. Don't expect an extreme amount of motivation, of support from the closest people to you or from your family. Now, I do have a nice handful, honestly a handful amount of people that are extremely supportive, that are extremely close to me, but the larger count of people that are constantly commenting, that are constantly, you know, DMing me, things like that, those are strangers, people that I don't know. So you have to, the reason I say that is because you have to put aside what other people are going to think of you. You have to put aside other people's thoughts because if Thomas Edison gave up because people didn't believe in him, we would not have had the light bulb, or we would not have had it at the time that we had it. If Elon Musk, even though, you know, we're in a sticky situation with him right now, listened to the people that didn't believe in him, we probably wouldn't have had Tesla. You know, there's a whole lot of ideas. If Mr. Beast gave up just because people were saying that his videos were whack or he wouldn't make it, we wouldn't have Mr. Beast. If Kai Cenat gave up because people were laughing at him when a rat ran out in his room, we would not have had Streamer University. We would not have had a Kai. Well, no, we would have had Kai Cenat, but not Kai Cenat as a streamer. Kai Cenat as we know him now. And you see all that, saying all that, or reminiscing, or thinking about all of that, makes me want to push even harder for when we get to 10 years, for when we get to June 11th, 2026, because the possibility of becoming successful and staying consistent, or through staying consistent, is so high. And monetization is just 4,000 watch hours. We're starting today. Stay consistent for 1 year, bro, and you got it. Stay consistent. Just stay consistent, I'm gonna watch back at these videos, at this video, when I'm feeling doubtful, and just jump back into it. You just gotta jump back into it. Create your videos, create your thumbnails, create your video idea list so you can just be on top of it and stay consistent with it. So my camera just died. Well, it didn't die, it overheated. And it's stuff like that that you have to constantly deal with. The camera going out, the lights going out. It's a lot of stuff that you just gotta push yourself through. But I'm not gonna say not being monetized after 9 years is emotionally draining, because like I keep saying, you learn a lot, you meet a lot of new people, you get in contact with people. But you gotta put yourself out there. Let me just say that. It's not emotionally draining for me. I would say it's kind of a letdown, because you see, this is why. You see other people's stories and you see like, oh, that's good. You see how quickly people have gotten to monetization, how quickly people have gotten to 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers. And you're like, bro, what are you doing wrong? Like, should I just give up? Maybe that is emotionally draining, honestly. 9 years is a crazy long time. But I do remember, I think it was Jake Paul or somebody that said, keep pushing, and if at 10 years you didn't make it, or if at 10 years of YouTube content creation you haven't made it, then you can say, okay, I let it go.
Give yourself 10 years. Give yourself 10 years at this craft, making videos, posting them online, getting made fun of for at least 5 of those years.
Easy
and then
5.
Maybe at the end of 10, maybe you'll have a little bit of success.
But if you have not gotten to that 10-year mark, it doesn't matter if they did it in 10 days, if they did it in 10 months, if you didn't do it in 10 years, or if you did not wait 10 years before even thinking about quitting, then don't even put that thought into your head. So that's what made me decide to make this video. It was him saying, yo, it's a 10-year mark. Don't even think about anything else. Don't even think about quitting. Don't even think about doing something else until you hit that 10-year mark of consistency, of pushing YouTube videos out. That's when you can be like, okay, I tried. But if you didn't make it there, ain't no way you could say that. So right now, like I said, I'm gonna keep going. Even though I do get times where it's like, what if this is not meant for me? What if I'm not made to do this? Then I look back at the videos and I look at the comments on the videos that say, yo, how are you not at 100,000 subscribers? Yo, this video made me feel so good. People that come up to me in person and they're like, yo, I watched your video, keep it up. Like, how can you? And the reason I got to this point here is because I always said to myself, if there is one person that views your video, one person, just one, you have to keep going. You have to, because there's that one person. And now it makes even more sense, because you have more subscribers than you did at that time. So this person could have subscribed because you were making them laugh, because you were the one that was being encouraging to them. And I'm getting emotional again just thinking about that, because you were the one speaking into their life, saying, yo, there's greatness in you, so go out there and be great because of you. Come on. This is a different one. I think this one smells better. And that's what kept me pushing, saying to myself, yo, there's one person out there that wants to see you. There's one person out there that's still alive because of you, because of what you spoke into their life. Man, this video is more emotional than I thought it would be. So, I think I'm going to end on that note. I'm going to end this video on that note. If you are watching this and you're that content creator that is thinking about quitting because they were content creating for so long, or what they think is so long, and it's only been a year, it's only been 5 years, it's only been 8 years, I'm going to tell you, you can't quit. You cannot quit yet, because I'm not quitting yet. Now, once you get to 10 years, you can say, yeah, I did this. Time's up. But because we have not gotten to 10 years of content creation, then we're not going to quit. If you're a content creator that has been making videos and you have at least one viewer on your videos, if you have at least one follower, if you have at least one subscriber, that subscriber, that follower, that one person could be coming back to you for motivation. They could be coming back to you for an inspirational word. They could be coming back to you for laughter, because that's the only laughter they get all day. They have no friends, they have no family, they have no one but you. So you gotta keep going for that one person. And I'm gonna keep going for y'all. This has been a great journey so far. Thank you guys for watching. I thank you guys for staying until the end. Hold up. Last time. Thank you for still being here. Thank you for tuning in. And I want to say to all of you guys that are watching, always remember, there's greatness in you. So go out there and be great. Peace out.